Hello and welcome to another episode of News from the Gelding. Now, if you've clicked on the thumbnail expecting the film, please feel free to go ahead to here and the film will be there. If you want to hear a little bit about how I made it, why I made it, skip ahead to here. If you're a regular viewer or if you're someone that doesn't mind a bit of waffle, stick around and I'll talk about what I've done during the week. I'll let you decide. Right, everyone's gone. The few of you who like watching my videos, let's carry on. Okay, so what have I done this week? As I said last week, me and Vanessa and my sisters went camping, went to a nice little village south of Devon on the coast called Beer. So we bought lots of beer to drink there, seemed fitting. And it was only for one night. It's a lot of effort, really, camping just for one night. You've got to take all that stuff. But it was really nice. Weather could have been better, but the village itself was lovely. Went to a little craft fair and looked in the church next door, which was really nice. Not that I'm not religious, but I do like churches. Lots of flowers and flower arrangements. Very nice indeed. Anyway, that's that. I also got another last minute call asking if I'll help out with some driving, so I did that. Drove a young lad with autism, severe autism, up to Tiverton and back again the next day. That was a nice drive. But I think that's it now work-wise until September. So I'm going to have to sell some paintings this month or I'm in trouble. Well, I've got my overdraft, so that's the last resort. What else? I've ordered my last proof copy for James of Galandar. So I had to redesign certain parts of the cover. Again, I had some issues with color and contrast. So hopefully this will be the last one. I think I've ironed out all the problems. So that'll be coming in the week. If it's fine, if it's good enough, I'll probably show you next week, but we'll see how that goes. What else? Oh, last bit of news. It wasn't quite so pleasant. I think this was on Tuesday or Wednesday, and I was here working, and then I heard on my back door the sound of water, like as if someone was watering my door. And I thought, that's someone's dog. Someone's letting their dog urinate against my door. So I ran over and flung it open, and I found a man there who was walking away sheepishly. I'm not going to swear now, but I used some fruity language at the time, asking him what the hell what he thought he was doing, and he said, "Oh, what are you talking about, mate?" And I said, "You've just been, you know what, against my door, you swine." And he kind of grinned and said, "It wasn't me, mate," and then he just walked off. And it just left me there standing there thinking, what the hell am I going to do now? Because you've got to be careful with these situations. Well, I wanted to hurl some more abuse, but I thought he knows where I live. One night he'll come back and scratch the car up or something, so I thought, right, leave it. But oh my God, it was just disgusting. In my room, it went in the carpet and everything, and it kind of still smells like a public toilet now, which is lovely. Anyway, hopefully that will go soon. These are the harsh realities of the outside world. Right, so the other thing, last of all, right, so I've done a little bit more to the painting, you can see there, but not a great deal. I put some detail on the trees, and I've done some underpainting, nothing nothing special really. It's just dragging. It's dragging its feet now, and I've kind of had enough. But it'll get there next week, hopefully. Anyway, and I finished a couple of other paintings in the meantime. So I showed you this one a couple of weeks ago. I finished it now. I think it might still be a bit wet. Yeah, it's just a strange sculpture in the desert and lots of sculptures on pillars in the background. Just made it up, just came into my head back along, and thought I'd give that one a go. Didn't take very long. Well, wasn't too bad. The other one is this one. So I showed this. I've just added that hoop and some cracks in the floor and some shadow. I might talk about this one on another episode because it's related to a painting I saw when I was a teenager, and the idea for it always stuck in my head. This is nothing special. It's very simple, but I'll talk about it more another day because the story behind it is more interesting, I suppose. Right. Those paintings are for sale. Now, if you're interested in buying, just maybe message me on YouTube or put a comment and we can whatever. I sell them some on Etsy and some on eBay, but if you contact me directly, I can give you a cheaper price and cut them out of it. So anyway, let me know. I might put a link below and you can check out other ones I've got, whatever. Self-promotion at its best. Nothing special, I'm afraid. That's the whole problem with my anyway. Right, okay, so let's talk about the film. So this film I made about 11 years ago or so, and for the kind of artist I used to be using, as a video artist, conceptual artist, things like that. To get work, you pursue commissions or open commissions from galleries or whatever. It can take many forms. This particular one I wasn't paid for, but a certain number of people were asked to contribute to a film. And it was pairing together. It was a collaborative thing, and so it was pairing artists with sound artists and musicians, and then each pair were given a location around Plymouth, where I used to live, which was randomly allocated. So I ended up getting Tinside Lido, which is on the Hoe in Plymouth, which is very, back in the 20s, 30s, Lidos were very popular places for people to go swimming. This one in Plymouth was made in 1935. Salt water, no heating, and in the Art Deco style. It's a really lovely place. So it kind of declined in popularity through the years until I think it was 1992. It was closed down because it had just gone to, it had been neglected basically. But there was public outcry about it, and they raised a lot of money, and it reopened in 2005, and I think it's doing very well now. I remember going there as a child when my grandma took me and my brother, Michael, and cousin Stephen, who sadly isn't with us anymore. But it's a very fond memory of us all swimming there. Anyway, so it was quite a nice bit of luck that I was given that location. So the way I used to work, I would let the location kind of inform what I was going to do, and I might have put a picture up already. Hopefully, it's a kind of circular design, almost 3/4 of a circle is the pool, and I thought, well, I'll use the the circumference of the pool to inform how I make the film. So I thought I'll carry that circle around and then imagine going through, like as if it's a magic camera that can go through the walls of the complex as well. So that's kind of how I made it. I filmed the various interior buildings and then a couple of sweeps of the pool itself, and then stitched it all together as though you're passing magically through the whole thing. Now, to do this at the time, I was interested in kind of making my own camera rigs, very, very simple things. This is before GoPro cameras and image stabilization, all of that. So I just basically mounted a mini DV cam to a timber rig that I put on the back of my bicycle. And I just wheeled the thing around the pool. Now, none of it's staged in any way. I was given a window to film within. It was a nice day. The public had all gone, so I did a couple of passes. So whatever was captured that day is shown in the film. Luckily, various things happen. As you'll see, there's people, the lifeguards are swimming around, so they're diving, and then they have these pumps on a couple of fountains that spew out the salt water. I remember when we were children, they let people climb up them and sit on those things, but I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore. Health and safety and all of that. It is quite dangerous. What I would say is what I've done for this version, the quality may not be brilliant because what I wanted to do, I've had to scale it up first of all to 720p just to get it fairly high definition, or just for the size if you're viewing in high definition. And then I've run a kind of image analysis over the top of it to stabilize it a bit more, because the thing that always bugged me was that because I was pushing a bike along and the surface was very bumpy, it's very juddery. It isn't kind of pleasant to watch. Well, it's okay. But this has kind of smoothed it out a bit more, so it's a bit more of a graceful path around the pool, especially. But in doing so, you have to the program crops it, and I've had to scale it a bit more. So quality's not brilliant, but it is what it is, and it's of that time. And yeah, see what you think. Lastly, so the sound piece that goes with this film was by a chap called Ben Solo. I haven't had any contact with him since I did it, actually, but he was a sound artist, a musician, and I think the piece goes very well. He wrote the piece after I'd made the film, so he made it in response to the film. Those kind of collaborations are always quite interesting, and I really enjoyed doing it, but sadly I haven't done much more since then. That's when after that I started studying my master's, so I was more distracted and more interested in what I was doing myself. Right, so yeah, I won't go any more. I've tried not to ramble quite as much. Didn't get very many views on the last one, so I don't know why. I'm just going to. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to carry on doing this, and I know some of you like it, so I'm doing this for you. Well, right. So anyway, I'll play the film now, and see what you think. If you like it, maybe give me a like, or subscribe if you fancy, or comment or whatever. Okay. I'll better go now. Cheerio.